So what we've got here is the stock for the Marlin Camp 9. Basically what I was wanting to do was route out a little channel for this to slot in and then attach it via the screw that comes with it. I was just wanting to put this grip on the end of it. The stock right here, I've kind of already got it, the measurements cut. And I was going to use a router, but the one that I had access to wasn't very precise, and the way that the stock tapers, would be really hard to get it square. So what I'm going to end up having to do is take a chisel here and just, very methodically take out that section between the lines so that this will slot in there, and just, hand fit it, make it right, and, we'll see how it goes. So right now I got her clamped into the table, and I'm just starting chiseling around the middle part right here, which is what we want. We're trying to cut out pretty much just a slot of this into here, and we're going to leave this spot in the middle raised. So as you can see, I've just got a pretty sharp wood chisel, and I'm just kind of ever so slight. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm probably going to have to take a Dremel to it when it's all said and done, but we're just trying to get this slot cut out, and a lot of hand fitting to go, So that's where we're at right now, and when I get one of these trenches done, I'll let you know. Right, so just a short little update. We've got the trenches mostly cut out. I mean, I'm sure you've got a rough outline of what needs to happen here. One thing I am having a little trouble with is this circle, bit at the end, but this will all have to be dremeled out and smooth. I know it looks real, nasty, ugly, but, this was a, methodical little process. So, we're just going to keep at it. This does need to be a little bit deeper, these cuts right here, so it'll, accept this. But, I mean, as it stands right now, I've got it, about there. It just needs like a little bit more hand fitting, and of course the circle's stopping it from going all the way in, but it is about where it needs to be, just deeper, more cutting, more hand fitting. It is the next day, kind of just picking up where I left off, and I've got these trenches dug out pretty good. I've got them deep enough to where the channel will just slot in there pretty good. It's fitting okay. It's got to go a little bit deeper, but really I just need to smoothen it out and throw a Dremel at it, and we'll be pretty good. I'm just working at this end piece right now, kind of just chiseling away here at the end, so we can get a nice fitment. This is really the time-consuming part right here. Go at it, get it smoothened out. Just a little bit at a time. But I'll just keep doing this, and I'll let you know when I got it all cut and fitted for you. So we're at the point in the project where, most of the nitty-gritty, real bad chiseling work is done. It's just time for a lot of hand fitting and carving and whatnot, and getting everything the right depth, so this will just kind of sit in there. We're almost there, we're almost there. I just need to take some material back in a few spots and just kind of get it about where you need it, a lot of work like this. So I mean, it'll fit into the channel pretty good like that, but it's just not the right depth that I need it at, and it's really hard trying to figure out where you need to take material off, because I think I've taken more out here than I need to. So I mean, that'll almost go in there. Matter of getting it set right. lot of it is on the edge of it, I think. So now we're at the part where it's pretty much almost hand fit. It slots in there, you know, really well actually, really nice and tight. And you know, of course it's not, you know, connected or anything, but this wedge, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even take that much more material off of it, because I want it to be a pretty tight slot. So, I mean, you do this, I've been hitting it with a mallet, kind of trying to, you know, sort of bend the wood to where I want it. I mean, that's it, dude. It's in there. That is solid, you know? I mean, you can't really go much deeper. That wedge is doing its job really well. The forearm just really goes around it how exactly I want it. You know, just trying to look at it. I mean, I could maybe take down a little more material inside of here, but once I get the Dremel going and I get it kind of smoothed out, you know, it might be all about done. I mean, that's as deep as I can go, really. And then once you get the helicoil drilled in, it'll cinch up anyway, so I've left a little bit of room where it counts. So I'm telling you, man, I'm pretty happy with how this came out. I'm not, you know, a gunsmith by any means. This is the first little project I've done like this, and so far it's turned out okay, but we'll have to see. But you know, once I get the helicoil in it and we get it mounted, I'll throw some sealant on it and put some wood glue, you know, just all over, really make sure that she sticks. And once that's sealant on it, you know, I gotta fix a few, you know, wood chips, but I think I might be able to make something happen. Might even just like varnish where it's cut, and then, I don't know, I'll have to think about that. But I mean, hey, it's pretty cool, you know? So, that's where we stand right now. And I'll let y'all know, and we'll go ahead and drill the helicoil whenever I get that in, and yeah, that'll be it. So I'll see y'all then. So here it is, pretty much hand fit. It's in there, you know, straight enough, right? Our wedge is doing its job pretty nicely. I'm not sure how well the camera's gonna pick that up. Maybe I don't know, but the wedge is in there. It's just about touching, so there's a little bit of room so that when the helicoil's drilled, it'll kind of cinch up and pull the wood towards it, and, you know, be pretty good. You know, I'm really happy with what we've got so far, and really there's not much more to mess up. So I made out pretty much unscathed. I've got a pretty bad chip there, and the one here, of course, but you know, that's not really a huge deal, because once this is over it, I mean, who's gonna be looking back there anyway? So, I mean, that's it, guys. I'll record drilling the helicoil and everything, so, you know, there it is. So now that she's hand fit, we're just gonna start the finishing work. So the helicoil comes in tomorrow. So to prepare, I'm just gonna kind of smoothen this out a little bit just to get a real nice pocket in there, real nice and tight, real, you know, hand fit. And then when the helicoil comes in, it'll cinch up really good, be really tight, and then we just gotta put a little bit of wood filler in to finish her up, and then you know, lacquer up the chips and everything. But that's later. Right now we're just gonna kind of sand up the wedge. So I've got some 80 grit, some real coarse sandpaper right here. Just kind of, you know, not aggressive. I'm just smoothing her out. Some around the front here. Got to be careful around the front. inch. It just fits like a glove. So yeah, I did have a Dremel to use, but it broke. The chuck was made out of pot metal. So this is what we got. This is what we're gonna use. So honestly, I don't really want to take off that much because it's kind of getting loose around like right here. So I really like how tight it fits back here. So the wood filler is gonna have to do a little bit of overtime up here. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll see you when we get the helicoil put in. All right. So right now we're actually inside of my bathroom because of this part of the process. This wood filler needs to be about room temperature, so I've kind of got it, adjusting to the climate in here. And I did forget to record drilling the helicoil. I know, my bad, but all that you really missed was we put one of these M6 helicoils in, and on the wedge in the middle, we just tried our best to get as close as possible to where the screw comes out, and we used this tap right here to screw the threads into the wood, and it ended up working pretty good. These are made for metal and other projects like that, but this ended up working out pretty good, and cinched up really nice and tight to the stock right here. It feels mended there pretty much, but I do want to clean this up. And what ended up happening when we drilled the helicoil was I couldn't really get it exactly where the screw came out, so the tap ended up going a little further forward, so I had to chisel out a little more up here than I wanted to, but that gave us a little more space back here. And now when I fill that up with wood, that should cinch up and wedge in there even better, probably, right? And then I put, thread locker blue on the bolt going in just because that's all I had. Some red Loctite would be nice, but really I don't think this thing's going to see enough stress for that to really be an issue. That helicoil went in there pretty good, and with how tight that wedge fit, we should be good. But right now I'm just waiting on this to, adjust to the climate. We're going to fill in all these gaps, and then I even got some stain that's pretty close to the original stock, so we're going to throw that on too. And we're just going to spread it with a couple of different size screwdrivers, and yeah, I'll be back when we start on that. All right, so we've got the wood filler nice and applied. Right now I'm just kind of smoothing it out with the screwdriver, so later I don't have to, sand any of it down, because I think that would kind of roughen it up. So it says this stuff, this is like a really old bottle of stainer, probably older than me, which isn't saying much. So anyway, it says shallow cracks will dry within 2 hours. So this will probably be done, curing by the end of the night, and I'll be able to put the stain on, and that should be it for the project. And then we'll go and take a few shots with it. All right, so I made a little run to the hardware store. Bought some 220 grit sandpaper and some wood finish, some gunstock 231. I think it fits pretty well with the grain, and I've already got her applied. I'm just waiting for it to dry. And then today I was actually gonna go shooting, but had some issues. So tomorrow, for sure, I'll get some footage of this, and yeah, we'll see the final product. All right, so I got the finished product right here, and a target about 45 yards away. I'm just gonna take a couple shots at it real quick. Gotta for our ear pro. Yeah, sits on there pretty well. I'll try to move back a little further.